Hey everybody. So a few months ago I posted a video about how to build a do-it-yourself recirculating fountain. And at that time I built this one that we're about to repurpose. Since then, about 3 weeks ago, the pump went bad. And I was using an old pump that I was repurposing and just didn't last. So I ordered a new pump, and today I want to show you how I put this thing together in the first place. So I drew all of that and explained it, but I never showed you. So let me show you how this works. We have our vessel. Our vessel is going to be filled with water, and then the pump goes down inside the vessel. But because of the fact that the pump has these little rubber feet on it, my last pump rattled a lot in here and made noise, and it was kind of annoying. So I took this brick and I took some old foam packing materials and a piece of Velcro, and I wrapped the brick in the Velcro, and I made it so I can actually strap the pump onto the brick and put it down in here. So for the purposes of just showing you how this goes together, I'm going to put the brick in the bottom. My pump came with several attachments. I'm taking the old extender tube that I made. It's just a piece of irrigation tubing, and I've already put that on there. And this is going to be my riser that's going to bring it up to the level above the rocks. So it goes in here, and again, it'll be strapped down. And then I have this saucer that I drilled out with a big hole in the middle of it to accept my riser, but with these holes here so that the water flows back through, and so I get the recirculation from the top back to the bottom. And this piece goes over the pump riser. There we go. And it fits down into the waist of the vessel. And then, of course, I have my bucket of rocks, and the rocks will just be placed around there. Okay, it'll be plugged in. I've got a remote control to turn it on and off. So let's see how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is take it apart. Okay, so as I said, I've already put my riser on the top of this, but what I have not done yet is to put the little suction cups on the bottom. Now, even though I'm not going to rely on suction to hold this thing in place, I do want these to cushion the pump, because when pumps are running, they vibrate, and the vibration is what creates the noise that drives us all so crazy. So these slide on there. Okay, so I've got my little suction cups on there. I've got my riser on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together my brick at the bottom. I've taken the Velcro off of it. And I'm going to place this on here so that the riser comes up roughly out of the center. I'm going to grab my Velcro, if I can get this cord out of the way. I'm going to wrap this around everything to hold it in place. Now, Velcro is amazing stuff to have in the yard. So are these things like this, these packing materials. I save everything, because if I can find a place to store it, I'll usually find a use for it. All right, so now this is going to go down into the vessel. I'm going to position it so it's right about in the middle. I'm going to feed the cord out the back. Okay. And now we're ready to fill it up. Now, before I put this big together, I want to test the pump and make sure it's working, and I want to adjust the flow on it, because the flow adjustment is down here in the water. Once I put the saucer on the top and line it with rocks, the only way to adjust the water flow is to take it all apart. So let's plug it in and let's see if it works. Well, it works, but obviously it needs some adjustment. So let's dial it down a bit. It's quite a powerful pump. Wow, and that's dialed almost all the way down, y'all. Let's see what we have here. That is incredible. That is with it dialed all the way down. So we're going to see how this works once we get everything put together, but I might be needing to call this an oversized pump and do something else. So let's see how it goes when we put things back together again. So we're going to put our saucer in next. I need to do a little repositioning to make sure that the pump is standing straight up. And now, we'll put our rocks in. Now I like to position the rocks around the edges to hide the sides of the saucer. So once I get rocks to cover the bottom of the saucer, I'll start going around the outside and hiding the edges of the saucer. And I'm hopeful that once I get more water in here, it's going to calm that flow down just a little bit. Because that is quite something. That was surprising. And believe it or not, I believe it was the same size pump I had on here before. Okay, I'm going to hold those back just in case I need them. I'm going to put water into the pot, and I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, this little remote control that I'm using is actually something that goes with a controller that we have plugged in back where all of the electricity is plugged in. And so it's got 3 controls on here. We can control a couple of different strands of lights, and the pump is on number 2. So anyway, let's see how she works. I think that'll be nice one. quiet. Any of the motor noise that I had on the other pump. That's lovely. So there we have it. We have fixed our recirculating, do-it-yourself recirculating fountain, and it's actually better than new. Thanks for joining me.